All right, welcome back to Overtime. Hello, hello. Still here, joined by VonRuhm and Gravity. I wanted to touch upon the season 4 map. There's been some. I'm sorry, season 5 map. Correct? Yeah, season 5. I'm always getting those confused. Season 5 brought in I guess a quote from the producer like earlier on. I'm not talking about the new one, but the older one saying that it will be a BF4 map, or that this new map was from the Battlefield 4 game and it hasn't seen combat since. Um, but it'll have like vehicle gameplay and an infantry gameplay mixed in. So it's not one of like the small maps like in Lockers or Metro. Um, but it also has overgrowth, and that it's just been there for a long time until the 2042 war. So that's what we initially found out. So we were like, "Oh, good, they're making a BF4 game map, pretty much." But now we get another quote here, Gravity, from Ryan MacArthur, one of the senior producers there, kind of clarifying this. What did he say here?
So the correct quote from him was, Battlefield 2465 is not a remake of the map, but it's sort of a setting we've taken from that could have been a war zone that was part of the sort of the Battlefield 4 world, and how that war zone looks now, reclaimed by nature and things like that.
Yeah,
So
they
What?
said something. They said something about it being like having extreme vegetation, which why I feel like a lot of people think that it was going to be Zavad.
yeah,
Yeah, which
Zavad is,
already
I mean,
had that.
so here's the thing. Zavad would probably work well as a 2042 map, but it needs to be expanded on. The other problem with it is it needs to be expanded on the left side, because if you actually look at Zavad, there's a cliff edge. There's a cliff on the right side of the map. That's where the helicopter kind of dives down below. So you'd have to expand the map. And the way that this quote plays, it can be interpreted in a way to think that they're going to do the same thing with the BF4 map that they did with Valparaiso and Arica Harbor. That they're just going to expand it, and it'll be like a new map, but it'll be an old BF4 setting. So it may feature some of the old flag layouts, but positions, but it'll be a new experience and overgrown and such.
So they're trying to explain Valparaiso,
Well,
basically.
I'm just trying. I'm just using it as an
That's a good
example
example, I think.
yeah, I'm just using that as an example of a expanding a map that could be used now for 128 players. Because the problem was a lot of BF4 maps, no matter what you do, they're not going to be good for 128 players unless you expand it.
Right.
The other part of this quote is it really doesn't change any of the individual theories about what maps could be coming, because while it doesn't preclude any map from being chosen. Now that, because I guess you could interpret this as saying, well, it could be any setting from any map. Might not be that map in particular. Hey, it could be, propaganda, right? But it just won't be propaganda, the type of thing. So it could be that city environment, or it could be the environment from Giants of Corellia. God, I hope not. Even if it's not Giants of Corellia, the map itself, it could be a totally new design based on that. I don't think any of the better map choices are discounted yet. I still think the highest possibilities are Dragon Valley, Zavad 311, Rogue Transmission, Shanghai, and Dawnbreaker. And the reason I still hold with Zavad, Shanghai, and Dragon Valley as my top of the list is you want to remake a map that, one, is notable and recognizable, that has appeal, that has historic appeal. Like, oh, you're bringing back that classic map that is that we can get people on board with. And two, Dragon Valley at least could be really good for breakthrough or 128 players, even without changing much. You could still do a lot of overgrowth on it, and it could be like more of a jungle setting than a forest.
That would be crazy.
That would be very, very cool. Like the temple would be more overgrown. A lot of the factories would be more overgrown. That'd be kind of cool. Zavad still seems like a prime potential, though. I think really kind of goes between those three.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, VonRuhm? room.
It's fine. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be Zavad, but yeah, I don't know. I think it would be a good addition if it was. I mean, we've already seen, it's been a Battlefield thing where we've always seen like maps that have always been kind of like reimagined or done or spun a different way, but you can totally tell it's still whatever the original set map was. So I think that would be the prime addition to the game. Would be that map was Zavad.
I'm happy that it seems like this is going to be a new map. I rather have a new map than another Portal map, to be honest.
Yeah,
Portal's great, but yeah.
I think the fact that they had to put out this clarification so quickly, and it really was because people were like, "Oh, it's definitely going to be a BF4 map," and they're like, "Whoa, hold on, like it's actually not going to be a BF4 map, but it'll look like one. It'll be in that same area, but it won't be the map. You won't get a 1-for-1 recreation." And
this is so weird. Yeah. I mean, why they only mentioned BF4 so they could get some eyes on these on season 5, I guess.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't, it would just be another season, right? There wouldn't be any hype for it. But you can see how people love BF4, but no Portal BF4. Like, what the frick, man?
Sort of, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I think it's just gonna have hints, maybe just hints of stuff from Battlefield 4, where it says like,
well, I mean,
for the most part, it's gonna be a new map. But
I mean, what are they gonna do? Like, have rogue transmission, but the freaking satellites out of bounds? Like, what? Like, you can see in the distance. See, look, BF4's over there. Or Siege of Shanghai and the buildings, like you're at the next block over, and the Siege of Shanghai buildings like remade, but it's in the background, and I don't know. That'd be kind of weird, right? This whole thing is weird, to be honest.
Yeah. It's and that's the other thing is like there's only a very limited amount of maps that you can go with if you're in that area because of the way that there's a lot of those maps have boats or attack boats or attack jets and runways and things, and it's like,
are there any maps? Okay, so you know how this game kind of features some maps that are like stranded where the water has like receded? Is there any BF4 map that has a lot of water that can just be like Valparaiso did the same thing? They like receded the water levels went down or some shit.
I mean, there's
just mud.
But that's the opposite direction.
Flood zone's so small, though. Yeah.
Flood zone.
That's what I'm saying.
Flood zone 100% is not the map. That's not gonna happen.
Tiny. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, are they subverting our expectations? Perhaps with let's say what's the freaking Metro, the newest Metro, or
no?
How about lockers?
No, we're gonna remember this is one. We're talking about vegetation, and we're talking about they also said vehicles, and neither one of those are gonna happen. So
yeah, but what if they remade it into
the mountaintop?
A vehicle? Oh yeah, you're right. It is in the mountaintop. That would be kind of crazy.
Like I said, between setting and vehicle numbers and just weird design, I think the way that the map numbers happen, and I think it's going to boil it down to a handful of maps that.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking.
I really think that they're just tempering expectations and be like, don't get too excited. It's not going to be something you recognize.
Dude, later on next year, they're gonna tell us what it is, right? It's like, oh, it's gonna be a new take on rogue transmission. Like, we're just gonna know what it is, and we'll talk about it on the Battlefield show, obviously. So I don't know. I don't think there's not much more to add to this, but it's just a new update. So just so you viewers know, it's not gonna be a 1-to-1 remake. And the good thing to take away from this is that it's gonna be a new map.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the biggest takeaway from this announcement. Yeah,
we get another map. Like, holy shit! I did not expect that. I was very wrong about this prediction. That they will even have a season 5. I thought they would just call it something else, just to pad the time. But there it is. Okay. and then we talk about season 4 maps. So let's talk about season 4. We had some concept art being put in. They showed us first from like the trailer 2 pieces that were like underground, but now this is the new one above ground. I would assume that this is the top area of whatever mining system is down below, and looks like this other concept art slightly outside could be leading to that underground area. I'm guessing it's going to be another linear map because that's like the trend that's been going. So you probably like maybe one team starts outside like a metro kind of thing, and through with breakthrough, you start here and then you kind of slowly go into the buildings and then into the underground concept art that they had there. That was kind of seemed like a, I don't know, what's that stupid movie? Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
with when you're in the mining system underneath the sewers, or like really big sewer holes there, and there's probably, I don't know what they're mining there, or it could be like a water duct or who knows what. But it seems like this is going to be way more infantry focused, and I think they mentioned that too. That was going to be an infantry focused map. So I love the concept art. What do you guys think of VonRuhm? What do you think about season 4 concept art?
I think it might. For me, it looks the most appealing. As opposed to the last two maps we got. I think that out of all of the maps, I like Exposure the most. Stranded the least. But this one looks, I don't know, it gives me a lot of Locker vibes, or Metro vibes too. It's I don't know, man. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. So I feel like the season after this one is going to be the benefactor of where the rest of Battlefield's going to go, because by this time we'll have already experienced the class system and how and the gameplay should change and should flow a lot better. But I feel like with those changes, this map actually could have the potential to be one of their better ones, probably the best ones they could release. So looks promising.
I'm just glad we're getting maps still. It sucks that it's one map a season, but we are also getting the remakes of the vanilla maps, which some have improved slightly. Some are for a lot more improved. And I think the ones that are coming out soon, like Breakaway, Hourglass, and what's the other one with the other 2 ships? What was that called again? Discarded. Yeah. So those are like the biggest maps, right? And those probably take a lot more time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably going to have to significantly change them quite a bit. I know, VonRuhm, you were talking about the stadium in Hourglass.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to move that whole thing, right?
Yeah, I feel like they're going to move it a lot closer. I think a lot of the traversal, like sand dune fucking gaps are going to be concised. I feel like the center freeway where it has that overarch over the top, I feel like that's going to be a little bit moved inward towards the city. Like if I put the you see the concept art, the original concept art of Hourglass, that I feel like that's how it should have been, at a obviously a smaller scale, and it looks like there's more buildings in the concept, so we could see more buildings and more kind of like those square sandbaggy locations that we've seen in it was first shown in Kaleidoscope. I feel like we're going to get a lot more of those leading up to certain areas and things like that. But yeah, Hourglass is the one that needs the most overhaul, I think.
Oh, nobody's gonna second guess. Check that. That's 100% true.
Yeah. So that is a season 4 / season 5 promise. They're not sure if they'll release in end of season 4 or at the beginning of season 5. So expect Hourglass specifically, somewhere around that time. They mentioned that in one of their newest articles here. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So we're gonna get 2 more new maps and 3 more remade vanilla maps. So you got 5 maps coming up here.
Wait, what?
That we can look forward to.
Yes, yeah, remade. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 of the
so
remakes.
So math. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, you got it right.
Right, the BF4 map, this one right here that we're looking at, and then
just
3 remade maps.
Yes.
By the beginning of season 5.
Yeah,
I think that's what's going on. So that's what you can expect. And God, I wish those vanilla maps were new ones, man. I hope the next game, like I said this before, but I hope the next game that comes out has 3 maps per season. I think it would be epic. I think that would be, and throughout, not all at once, but like 1 map maybe. I don't know. I guess we could talk about that. I mean, would you guys want a dump?
Yes. You know what? We can have the discussion in just a second because we can bring it up in another topic here because I want to soapbox about something else. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's cut it here. Boom.